I'll see if I can find that. These are all different. It's weird though. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? See if I can find that yellow outlay because I went on a different count. See if they have that yellow outlay on here. Now I have to different. Oh no, they don't have it. They don't have it on this one. It's weird. Some of these they're completely different. Leaf background. I don't want that. They had other backgrounds though. Yeah, video background. Yeah, I know. Okay. I got leads in the background. So see ya. I had a yellow in there. I don't think banners. No. Huh. Oh. Weird.
Here at Belgab, we keep it lit. We keep it lit as fuck. Here at Belgab, we all alpha as fuck. Here at Belgab, we all sigma as fuck. On King David, on King David. Praise MV. We keep it lit city, 10, 10, 20. Suck them titties. Praise MV. In our Lord and Savior, we pray, Richard Christ. Amen.
Awesome. Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? Follow up to Richard's live stream. You know, see if go live for a little bit, see if anyone wants to come up. It should be kind of cool. I know it's short. And why he stopped it like about 10 minutes ago. I was supposed to set for like 1:30, and then all of a sudden when I hit create stream, it said 1:20. Like, well, too late now. So I went in here, I was like maybe about a minute or two late. It's 1:24 right now. It's starting, yeah. Like a minute and a half late. It's all right. But sometimes it's bad when if you let's say you start let's say you have a live stream set to come up, you put it like for later on. Like I've done that before, like and let's say you fall asleep, right? Not during the stream, but I mean before it happens, and then you fall asleep, and then like super late, people are like, "Where you at? Where you at?" I don't think it's happened on here, but I know I've done like a live stream before that I fell asleep during. Totally forgot, but I fell asleep, and like people asked me where am I at, and that's kind of embarrassing. But you gotta make sure to set your alarm for live premiere. I've had that before. Like people will like set a live premiere and they'll forget all about it. And you gotta make sure you have it on here. You know what I mean? I thought I'd go live for a little bit. See if anyone wants to BS. It was kind of a bizarre live stream, but it was all right. I didn't mind it. So if anyone wants to join, I got 3 people in here. I mean, it doesn't mean if I do a live, it doesn't mean it's gonna be wow. You never know if there's drama or not, but I mean, I don't know. Got 4 people right now. See if I can get everybody up here. That'd be kind of cool if I could. But short notice. But Richard's pretty good at like doing it ahead of time, but he only does like 2 a week. I mean, this was unusual for him because he didn't do the one Sunday at 4 o'clock on Sundays. He did like one that was like over 2.5 hours on a Monday night, 10:30. So that's good. See if anyone wants to come up. It'd be interesting to see if anyone comes. If they don't, that's okay too. I don't mind. Let's see. It's weird. I don't understand why there's different settings on some of these other ones. If I start a new one. I say, oh shit, where am I at? Let's go back streamers. Hey, what's up, Dominic? How you doing, brother? My buddy Dominic with a super awesome Jeff Goldblum avatar. Oh, you're here? Oh, thank you, Spot for Don. Duty. Aw. Hope the doggies are doing okay. Doing puppy. That's awesome. I hope the puppies are doing okay, Smile for Don. You're really an awesome person. Hi, Black Eagle. Aw. Thank you, Black Eagle. Aw, thank you, Black Eagle. I try to be funny. If I can be. And then, I mean, because she was the one that brought up the whole rig thing. I didn't know what that meant. And that meant you're funny. Oh, thank you. I remember that. I saw that movie Rabbit Test a long time ago on Canadian. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You what? You. Oh, thank you, Blake. Thank you. Oh, you're so nice. I remember seeing like that Rabbit Test with Billy Crystal. I guess it was not well received. It was directed by Joan Rivers. It was not well received. She never talks about the movie, right? And Billy Crystal never talks about it either. I remember in this book of movies. Well, I saw it just by accident on City TV because they'd have like Fridays and Saturdays, you know. Yeah. Well, oh, that's not that. Oh, okay. Yeah. I saw it on City TV, Canadian TV, right? And they'd have like 3 movies, one after the other, and they said, "I want to show the movie Rabbit Test." I was like, I never heard of that. Billy Crystal said direct by Joan Rivers. I never heard of it though. She never talks about the movie. I remember back in the day, you know, I remember seeing it. I thought it was pretty funny for what it was. They gave like a turkey on what was it that the giant book of movie ratings and stuff. I bought a couple of those. Yeah. Smile for Don is a sweetheart. Very nice. Hi.
Hi.
I didn't hear you come up though. I didn't do the booping sound.
Oh, it never does for me when I'm doing that. I didn't even know there was a sound. Oh,
Yeah,
maybe because I'm on the laptop. I've never heard a sound.
well, I mean, if you let me see if you hit layout, right? I mean settings, go down to guess. Oh, it says play a sound with guest enter, but I mean I think you have to check off that thing. It play a sound with guest enter. I mean, if you go to settings, it says like guest, see viewers' comments and posts. Guest must authenticate and play a sound with guest enter, and then they have like that. Guests can share stream to their own destination, but I mean that's only if you upgrade. You know. How are
I
you
don't.
doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm
Aw,
doing well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, smile for Don. Good to see you.
It's awesome.
What is the pic? That's a picture of me yesterday. I just thought you guys should see.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's you. Oh, no.
that's right. That's what. Yeah.
What the
Tired
day?
day. Yeah, I just said the kind of it's just me kind of on a Sunday, lazy.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
chilling out.
yeah. That's just a what do they call 'em, manatee?
Manatees, yeah.
Manatee. Yeah, manatee. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
they were getting like they'd have like scars from like propellers and stuff like that, boats and stuff going by. Some because they're like the sea lions of the water, you know.
Yeah. Hold on one second. I gotta give me 1 second. Let me just check this out.
Okay,
I've got to
okay,
1 second.
no problem.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
Hey, Jason, I'll come right back. I've got to make a quick call. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Your husband, I'm sure he is your everything. Smile for Dawn. I think you're one of the nicest people out there. I don't know why. I don't know why they give you crap though. I mean, it makes no sense to me. You're really a nice person. Yeah, and everyone else. Aw. Oh, you spelled Anna. Okay, spelled Dana with D at the end. I got you. Where are they being? There, no woman teeth. Oh, woman teeth. Yeah. Well, that's just what they call them. That's probably a female one. I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm sure that's probably a female one. You know. I don't know. I've seen her with that avatar before. I got the Devo thing right there for New Traditionalists. That's my favorite Devo album. There's it's open up the interpretation, what your favorite Devo album is. But I mean, I like that one real well. That's my favorite Devo album, And that came out the year right after He's a Firefighter, Paramedic. Wow. I have to share, I guess. Thank you. Well, he sounds pretty awesome, Small for Dawn. You're right, really a good person, I'm glad you're a good friend. Oh yeah. Oh, you spelled Black Eagle wrong. That's okay. Let me go get more comfortable. Or let me mute real quick. Thank you, Small for Dawn. Hey, Darnell. Yeah, thank you for a service for me too. Like I was saying, Blackie, I remember like they had it on City TV, and it was the movie Rabbit Test. No one ever talks about that movie. I can look it up on Wikipedia. I never seen him play anywhere. Billy Crystal, he's like the first pregnant man. Let me look up see what it says about Wikipedia. I know there was a really good movie that Jack Benny did called The Horn Blows at Midnight. I remember as a kid, and he said it's like his worst movie. I thought that was a great movie. I saw on City TV late at night because they were playing stuff like, let me go, movie. I hit the wrong one. 1978 movie. Yeah, Billy Crystal. Yeah, here we go. American comedy about the world's first pregnant man, Joan Rivers, starring Billy. Oh, it's Billy Crystal's first movie, and Joan Rivers' first directorial debut. I know it's his film debut because he was in TV before too. Oh, she plays a nurse in a brief scene with her daughter Melissa Rivers was also in a bit part. Melissa's husband Edgar Rosenberg was producer. Was the only theatrical feature or to be scored by the team of Mike Post and Pete Carpenter. Michael Keaton made his feature film debut in a small non-speaking role. Huh. I mean, it had like Billy Crystal, Roddy McDowell, Alex Rocco, Doris Roberts. I mean, it had an all-star cast. Oh, it made money. I thought it was a flop. From what I heard, I thought it was a flop, Black Eagle. Yeah. I mean, I've seen Repo Man too. Repo Man was awesome. That's a cult classic. I mean, but this movie made money though. I mean, like the budget was like $997,000. It made $4.7 million. That's not too horrible, I'm sure it wasn't well received. Okay, when all the major studios turned down Rivers for funding, she raised about half the film's money by remortgaging her home and convincing her father to do the same. Raised the other half with a bunch of investment deals. Saying how she got so many cameos on a small budget. We had no money to spare. I made up a letter, dear and so. We'd love to have you to be part in it, and no money, no point in arguing thing. All involved did stints for scale, $185. A bonus to the film made over $18 million. Another $1 million was promotion and publicity. Yeah, it had negative reviews. Rodri reviewed it. Rodri gave it 1 out of 4. And Gene Simmons gave 1.4 out of 4. Yeah, it didn't do. I know that it wasn't well received, but it made money. Yeah. Oh no, I don't know. I didn't know because I never heard any good things about it. Rabbit Test. That's why I was asking. I saw Repo Man. I mean, Repo Man. I don't know. Repo Man. I think Repo Man was a success too. But I mean, I know the movie wasn't well received. That's what I meant. I thought it was a flop because she never talked about it. You know. No, it made money though. That's cool. Let me look up Repo Man. And then look up. There's a couple movies: Repo Man and Repo Men. Repo Man, okay, because that was a cult class from 1984. Budget 1.5 million and made 3.7 million. That's not too horrible. Well, European cinema. Oh, cool. I throw likes around on the internet. Yeah. Well, let's see what Repo Man and Repo the Genetic Opera made. Repo. Let's see. Repo Men. I mean, the one with Jude Law in it. Repo Men. Yeah, 2010 film. That was that long ago? With Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker. No, I liked that movie. It lost money though. 32 million made 18.4 million. Let's look up Repo the Genetic Opera. That might have lost money too. Yeah, Genetic Opera 2008. Probably. Holy shit. Oh no, that did lousy. Oh, okay. Yeah, budget of 8.5 million. Only made $188,126. Wow, that's a flop. Now, that one flopped. Yeah, name was Dane Jocko back. Oh wow. You hate Bollywood type stuff? Yeah. I like crazy movies like stuff like that too. I reviewed it Still in the Water, the shark movie earlier. Oh, it's 80. Oh, I know. On the internet, I love European cinema. Hate Bollywood stuff. The Crying Game was awesome. No, the Crying Game made money. You know, I remember my we went to my uncle's, my Uncle Wayne, and he wanted my dad to see it, you know. And he was running a bunch of movie theaters, and like there'd be people like this old lady said that movie was disgusting. I can't believe you show crap like that. And then the next day she'd go back in and watch the second time. Now I know the Crying Game made money. Let's see how much that made. Okay, let's see. I know my dad, my Uncle Wayne was teasing my dad, hey, do you like that girl? And he goes, yeah. Well, he didn't, though, but. Okay, it made 2.3 million, made 71. It definitely was made a name for itself, though, for what a subject matter and stuff. I will say that. You know, it's an all right movie. I saw that a long time ago. Oh, I know. I don't know. I'm just curious, though. I mean, I'm just curious to see what it does because I mean, on Wikipedia, it's not like IMDb. On Wikipedia, you'll go, you look, and they have like the stats of a movie, like like who starred in it, who released it, and stuff. And then usually at the bottom, I'll say budget and then how much box office. Sometimes it doesn't though. But I'm just curious, see what it made. I mean, because some of those movies I haven't thought about in a long time, you know. So I thought at least check up on it out of curiosity. That's the way I usually look at stuff like that, you know? Oh, here we go. Hold on. She was here earlier for a little bit. She had to go somewhere. She had a phone call, I think. Damn it. No, Dan was here, super. I mean, I seen a lot of those movies are pretty good. I mean, I did like Something in the Water was like another shark movie. I gotta go back and revisit Last Breath. Give that another chance. That was Julian Sand's last movie, and he plays like a really unique character. You know, a foreign speaking character. Well, foreign accent. Because I'm used to him with the English accent. You know, but there's something different for him. Yeah, that one's good. No, she didn't rage quit. She had a phone call. Yes, the actor early. Oh yes, lots more appealing. Yeah, but it's weird though because I think that's the only movie Joan Rivers did. But I mean, I'm just saying that she never talked about it. Yeah, Jamie and Corey were tight. I'm sure they were, Lindsay. Oh yeah, we're often seeing movie actors date. Yeah, doing theater is great. Yeah, I know. My friend Christina Burp Girl, she does a lot of stage work, and then she did some movie stuff, including like she was in that remake of Arthur with Russell Brand, you know. And for I don't know, I don't think she is. I mean, good thing, super. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she said she had a phone call. She has to take it real quick. She said she'd be back. I gotta keep an eye on it because it didn't make a sound when the people popped up on it though. It's kind of weird. Volatile Sequence Family Opera. House to the Unusual. That's different. I don't. Sometimes you get all these subscribers. When did I subscribe to some of these people? You know. I don't know. It's weird. Let me. I did. I said Black Eagle. I did like a version of that. From that movie that. Oh, The Believer. I did. I did a egg salad and chicken salad sandwich. Yeah. Off Broadway, actually. New York City has unbelievable. Oh, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know where the heck some of the other designs are at. Musical theater scene is so less expensive. That's cool. I'm surprised the other brands aren't up here. Okay, you can add. Okay, wait. I can add. Oh wait, I can add these background. Wait a second. Let's see. Oh, StreamYard right there. Okay, let me add these backgrounds. Okay, this is the tropical summer. Okay, wait a second. Okay, moonlit asteroid. Okay, wait a second. This is that one that sunrise. Oh no, this is mango. Okay, mango. Okay. That's a white background, confetti light. It doesn't do anything. I thought it was a white background. That's weird. Blue scribbles. Okay. Show it. Yeah. Green scribbles. I don't know. I like to keep mango on there. It does pronounce though, so that's kind of cool. Why is it New York City billboard? Oh, I see StreamYard in there. Leaves. Yeah. Moonlit asteroid. Tropical summer, which is kind of cool. I'll stick with mango. I don't know why confetti light is all. Oh, there it is. There we go. Now that's weird. Okay. Maybe I'll do that. I'll keep it like that. You guys like confetti light? Yeah, egg salad. Yeah, egg salad, chicken salad. Yeah, well, I mean, you remember when they said like we're on the phone? It's okay. No, it's okay. I mean, it's weird because remember we were talking about like in that movie they said like you can't have okay like pork and beef and cheese or pork and cheese or whatever it is. It said like you can't. I think you can't have the baby in the milk of the mother or something like that because the coach deli said, "Well, what's up with chicken? That's animal too, but I mean, it doesn't give milk." And then they said, like, well, you don't have chicken, don't give milk, but you have chicken and eggs. So that's why I did the chicken and egg salad sandwich, just as an afterthought. Okay, no problem. I have a problem. Just a couple minutes. Yeah, kosher diet. Yeah, that's okay. Use the choreograph for a local theater. Oh, that's awesome, Black Eagle. It's okay. I don't mind talking, Black Eagle. I enjoy your company. The kosher diet. Yeah, I mean, I had an idea for it. Like, because I did the review, I didn't edit anything. I just filmed a video for it. And I was like, why not just add some extra stuff, add that part on there? I was going to add something else for 8 o'clock. I said, well, since we're talking about the believer so much, we've been talking for like 3 days, right? And just like I've been talking about the substance for I don't know how long. So I thought I'd add that little bit on there about the sandwich at the very end of the video. And the video ended up being like about a few minutes long. Not too horrible though. Let's see how long that video was. I don't remember. Oh yeah, let's go here. Okay, my videos, okay. Let's see. Well, I mean, see, it was like the chicken salad, it was like it's from Walmart, it was like for 2 pounds, it was almost $13, right? And it was like a Walmart chicken salad with cranberries, celery, and pecans in it. It got 92 views so far. It's like almost 6 minutes long. It's not too horrible. I did the Great Value garlic bread, and I had some of that, like the live stream we did last night. I did a Hot Ones Los Calientes barbacoa one too. I got some neat stuff, yeah. Oh, thank you. You're very on Cisco neighbor. Thank you, Black Eagle. Cause I used to watch them growing up. And they had it's weird because I never knew where they started from, right? Because you didn't see reruns of these shows. And then I'm really like that with you and with book. Well, it's okay. I remember I've seen a lot of Cisco Neighbor old reviews on here because they had 4 different shows. I think there was a local one called Coming to a Theater Near You that was really low budget, right? As much as you watch show, cool. Gene Sisco had like this big star mustache on there, and Roger Ebert, and it was kind of awkward. They didn't get all the speaking back and forth correctly, right? I think it started in 1970, believe it or not, and then way before I think it was like a local Chicago show, and then it got picked up by PBS. Yeah, it got picked up by PBS previews, and then they started out in 77, 78. And I remember my first episode was regarding horror films, right? When I was in 5th grade, you remember going down school was like 2 noon, Cisco Neighbor were on. Well, I mean, sneak previews was on. And they were talking about whenever Halloween came, there was like a ton of movies that came out because Halloween was a huge success. Friday the 13th, New Year's Evil, Don't Answer the Phone, The Boogeyman, from 1980. And Cisco and Ebert did a thing called The Woman's Always the Victim. And they included I Spit on Your Grave, but I Spit on Your Grave, the female was the hero, which surprised the heck out of me when I finally rented it years later. I said, wait a minute, the woman's not the victim. She ends up being the hero of the movie. She gets back at her aggressors, and they said that was the worst offender. But it is what it is. But they did like a whole big thing of it. And they showed that on a thing about slasher films. That's probably iconic about they film rarely gets them, but they didn't know what they were called back then. They just called them thrillers. They didn't know the term slasher film wasn't really used yet. I know you are, honey. I know you are. Yeah. They only ranch payment paid all. Okay. Yeah, I know. He's so silly. But those movies are pretty cool. But that's my introduction to them. And I didn't know when they were on, and they were on I think 11 o'clock Sunday morning. Because it used to be there'd be like a whole big thing. It'd be like 11 o'clock or 10:30 on Sunday morning. It'd be like, well, I think no, maybe it was 10:30. They have sneak previews on at 11 o'clock. They'd have Ernie Kovacs on. It'd be on for like 2 hours. Then they have matinee at the beach, like a 2-hour show, and it talked about like the old days of movies where they have a newsreel, a cartoon, matinee serial, like, and then they have a movie, and that was pretty good to have like the guy hosting it, and it was like, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what she's going for right there. Oh, you got, okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's okay. Well, oh, David, one of Jacko's close friend. Oh, well, yeah, I just got noticed that the call for tonight. Well, she was up for about a couple minutes anyway, so it's good enough. I know go on for a little bit. I might try to watch. I want to try to watch that a movie. Last Breath of Shark, because it's like 1:53 at night. I might try to watch that. Hopefully, it won't put me asleep. I gave up on it because the characters were boring. But I want to see it because it's the shark movie. It's Julian Sands' last film. And it's not a super long movie. I may well give it a second chance. Hopefully, it's more interesting this time, Let's see where it's streaming at. I think I can't remember why I saw that last time. It's called Last. Well, it's not a title. I mean, like, it's a short without the word water in the title. Something's in the water, nothing like that. I mean, 47 meters down, that makes sense, Last Breath. Let's see. Wikipedia. That was made in 2019. Damn. Really? That was Julian Sands. I mean, 2019? Let me see. I don't think that's the right one. No, that's not the right one, I don't think. What's the one with Julian Sands in it? Man, I got the. No, something else. Julian Sands. Yeah. He like, no, yeah, they didn't get that good of a. The Last Breath. Yeah, the same title. Wait, man. Let me see. Yeah, Last Breath. Okay, that got 4.7. I knew it wasn't rated that high. It's like an hour and 36 minutes. I should probably check that out. But he played like a different character, a guy with like a beard and stuff. Why wouldn't it say Julian Sands on there for stars in that? Because that's his last movie. Well, that's a shame, though. I mean, they should have that right there, starring Julian Sands, because he was the most famous guy in there in the last dang movie he did. Oh, Jamie is. Wait a second. Oh, I can't tell you. Oh shit. I'll tell you on. I don't want to say it right. I'll tell you on the phone, Black Eagle. Yeah, I don't want to say it right now. I don't want to say it out loud. But I'll tell you. I'll tell you next time we call, Black Eagle. Next time we talk on the phone. Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't be highlighting those. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you on the phone, Blackie. I want to say it now. Okay, well, I shouldn't be highlighting. That's kind of a. I keep forgetting that's a little bit of a dark. Kind of sad though. It is sad. See what this is probably why I think it is. Oh, he didn't do it right. Oh, figures. Oh, well, who cares? Oh, it's on the internet. Yeah. Oh, that's Lindsay. Okay. Oh no! It's all right. It's all right, Blake. It's all right. It's all right. I'll tell you on the phone. If you up, you want to come up on panel, Black Eagle. You can if you want. I'll give you a linky. I'll just tell you public chat. I mean private chat. Oh, let's see what we got here. I don't think I put the link in here. I should have. I didn't. There you go. I long to be close to you. Now I finally got that confetti thing to work right. You know, I never seen that back row before. I think it's kind of neat. You know, it's all right. Oh no! Oh no! She left. No, she left. She's not up. She's called it a night. She told me on Discord. She said she night. So I don't know how long I'll be on up here. She said, yeah, they long to be close to you. Well, what's that? I never heard that song. Let me look up the lyrics for it. Okay. Hi, Fond Dori. Oh, I could listen to it for hours. Hi, Fond Dori. You just want to go home? Aye. You want to come up? I found. Okay. Hi.
Hey, darling.
Hi. How you doing, honey?
I'm good.
Oh, good. Now, okay. Check out Proud Child. I'll tell you who it was.
Oh,
That person.
okay. Hold on.
Okay. That's her real name.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. So how have you been?
Good. Good.
Good.
My
Awesome.
son Hans Christian is in. He's in Barcelona.
Wow.
Yeah. So the time difference. Yeah, I was talking with him a little earlier, telling me about his. He made it okay, and blah blah blah.
Oh, yeah. She said she had to call tonight. She wanted to go to bed. So she was up for a little bit, though. That's okay. Dory, that's where she's at.
Yeah.
Hi, Super. No, I mean, that was cool. I didn't know Quincy Jones had played your. That's cool.
Well, yeah, he knew obviously. Well, I don't want to say
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
but I knew that he knew my grandfather. And when we had his funeral in New York City, I wanted to have um, Lenny Kravitz sing and Diana Krall, which is who he
Yeah.
loved, Diana Krall.
Okay.
And yeah, so yeah, that was pretty. You know, what's so funny is that.
Yeah.
I personally invited Lenny Kravitz, and there were just so many people at the funeral that I didn't even see him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was there, but I actually came down with like bronchitis.
Oh no.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
the day before I got into New York. So I probably shouldn't have even gone to the funeral,
yeah.
but so anyway, yeah. But yeah, no, yeah, so Quincy Jones, I think I was saying it up on Richard's panel. Um, he loved my grandfather's work, so he used to send people like gift baskets with all my grandfather's books in it.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah,
cool.
just I mean, I don't think he did it all the time, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. That's cool.
But
I mean, yeah, it's good that he was able to do that, though. That's awesome.
yeah, and when my grandfather passed away, he sent me this beautiful book of poetry,
Yeah,
excuse me, on death and dying. Like it
yeah.
was different poems that many different authors wrote about death and dying. I just thought that was nice. I mean, he went
Well,
out of his way to get my address and stuff. So anyway,
that's awesome, though. That's something you had those connections, though. But I mean, the only Shaft I ever saw was I saw Shaft in Africa. I mean, in the remake, but that doesn't count.
yeah. Unfortunately, my uncle died
Yeah.
uh, when he was making that.
Oh, really? Oh no.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's
But speaking of like
yeah,
underground or
yeah,
movies, Superfly.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you ever saw Superfly.
I heard of it. I never seen it.
Yeah, that got more I don't- cult film accolades than Shaft.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, Superfly. Like when you hear like, well, not just black people, but a lot of black people use the word fly, like that's so fly.
Yeah,
That came from
yeah,
my uncle. My uncle is the one that like he sort of invented it as a form of lingo, I guess you could call it.
yeah.
But Curtis Jackson and yeah. Anyway, but
You like the background, the confetti background?
in your avatar?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, I mean, the background of the thing is like a confetti.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, looks
Yeah.
like confetti. Yeah, I didn't know I could do that. I just found that out. I'm like learning new stuff every day, like adding different back. I mean, I think they're the ones that they provide you. If you put your own, you have to probably pay money to have an upgrade and stuff. So I don't feel like doing that. Oh,
Yeah, you
I
could
saw.
yeah,
What
you
did you?
could put a gun to my head and I couldn't figure out how to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I saw Cleopatra Jones and Cleopatra Jones and the sequel. What was it? Cleopatra Jones and the Temple of Golden Women or something like that. You remember? Black Eagle.
No, my friend, I don't watch those kind of movies.
Oh, I saw Black Belt Jones too. I mean, when it was on the CBS late night movie, and they
Yeah,
had
no,
both
no.
of them. Yeah,
No, I mean, like I said earlier, your love of
yeah,
film, I
yeah.
have that for books. I could talk books
Oh
until
yeah.
I'm blue in the face.
Oh, that's cool. I
But,
books too. I mean, but it's just like I
yeah.
haven't read as many as you have. I've read a lot of books, but
Yeah.
probably not as you have. And it's all about
Well,
different subject matter too. Yeah,
right. Well, I don't know if you do this with film, but I tend to, I know if it's weird or people might think it's weird, but I read like my favorite books. I've read them God knows how many times.
yeah.
Like if I have a book that I absolutely love or an author, I'll just go back and read the book and then I'll put it down and I'll read it again and who knows. Ever
That's
heard of one of my favorite books is by an author, um, Italo Calvino, an Italian
oh, really?
author.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's about this baron, this family back. I don't even know what time period it was. It was a long time ago, and I'm sure that's not how the book started. A
yeah,
long, long time ago. But anyway, so uh, this aristocratic family, they were very proper, and they would have dinner. And for whatever reason, one of the sons was acting up.
yeah.
And so his parents sent him to his room without dinner, and he got pissed off, and he went and climbed up in the tree outside of their house, right? And he was like, you know how when a kid will say, I'm
Yeah.
going to run away or I'm never coming down. Well, this kid, this baron said, that's it. I'm never coming down. I'm going to live in the, I'm never
Yeah.
going to come back to the house. And he never did.
Oh wow.
No, he
That's
lived that's why it's called the Baron in the Trees. He lived his entire life without ever stepping foot on the ground again. And he lived to be a very old man.
oh wow. Hi, I found Dori.
Hi.
How
I
are you
was just
doing?
trying to figure out how to read the chat.
Oh,
Oh, hey,
okay.
darling. Hi, darling.
Hi, Black Eagle.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just.
I don't know. Have we ever been on panel together?
I don't think so. I
Oh,
maybe a couple of years ago.
oh my God.
Maybe it's been a while.
Well, how you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm trying to. I just woke up, so I'm trying to figure out where the heck I am
Oh,
on
Oh,
StreamYard.
you missed all the action on Richard's channel tonight.
Oh, there was action over there.
Well, I mean, I guess you could call it a little anticlimactic. One of the guys was looking for his earbuds, so it turned into quite the
It was a wait-a-thon.
Christ. I don't know
Wait,
what would you call it,
wait to
Jason?
see what's going to happen.
Oh my God, he was losing his shit trying to find an earbud.
yeah.
It was quite the display.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, I will say he has the penchant to show his wiener stuff. Cause I thought whenever he said he was going to do it, he had that smile on his
Oh,
face.
was that Jay
Oh,
Leno?
oh
Not
my
Jay.
I
God.
mean, that was Anthony, because
He,
sometimes he exposes himself on camera.
that's so fucking
I haven't
weird.
seen Jay
Yeah,
Leno
he's
around
kind
for
of.
a long time. What happened to him?
I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but that I mean, because he did on I did a panel with Robin Rocks, and then he came up, and I think that when all of a sudden he shut us, oh no, why'd you do that for?
That's so
But now
weird.
he came back. Yeah, when he came back, he had a big smile. I thought he was gonna. I thought he was gonna do that, and Richard had his finger on the button, but it didn't happen though.
I don't want to make assumptions, but was he drinking tonight?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Well, I mean, Asuka said he was, but him and I fought about like 2 weeks ago, and then yeah, he apologized today, so that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious, but
Yeah,
again, oh well. I'm just glad that I don't think I would behave quite like that, but
no,
I'm glad that I'm not still drinking and on panel.
yeah. Well, it could be
You think that
embarrassing.
you think I'm obnoxious now? Oh my God.
I don't think you're obnoxious. I
I'm
think just
just
matter of fact, talking. That's all.
matter of fact, Jack.
Yeah, matter of fact, Jack. Oh, I dropped off Dory because I was starting to doze off. I better leave before I do
Yeah,
doze.
I thought you might need to take a nap.
Yeah, I slept. I was good. I got a phone call. I was like, damn it! Don't you hate that? You're sleeping good. You get a phone call, then you can't
I
go
don't
back
have
to
a
sleep.
telephone. Even though I stream on from a phone,
Yeah.
it's never been an actual telephone. It
Oh,
was
okay.
an Obama reject that somebody
Oh, okay.
didn't have a number for, so they gave it to me and I use it for like my internet device.
Oh, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm trying to get used to. Well, I mean, I did restreams before, and I was just trying to get. I've never been on a restream panel. I wanted to see what that was like, and it was different though. And then like you can't see the chat is so small because just on like one part of there.
What's
And
restream?
Yeah,
restream is like another
it's a
form of.
yeah, I used it because I wanted to learn to do some other kind of streams because StreamYard only gives you 20 hours a month for free. And then,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
okay when I first started streaming
Yeah,
because I didn't stream that often.
yeah,
And then I stopped working and I had more time on my hands. But I found myself almost using up my StreamYard every month
yeah,
when I stopped working in March.
yeah.
So I was able. Then YouTube started letting people go live whenever they want to, basically.
Yeah.
Instead of having to get 1,000 subs, you only needed 50, and they let you go live. But there's like a weird way where you have to message somebody to drop them a
Yeah.
link to get them on your panel, and you can only do one person at
Yeah.
a time. So I couldn't figure out even how to get one
Yeah.
person on.
Um,
And because I tried dropping it in my community
yeah.
page, the link, and then the people would say, "Well, you have to have you have to have another
Yeah.
similar device or something. You can't just
Wow.
come on panel with a computer if someone's on a phone." It was really weird. So
Yeah.
then I started looking at more ways to panel up because I don't mind the live version from YouTube, but I like having someone to talk to, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I mean, because I did that. I was on Google Hangouts for a while, and then I tried bringing that back. It wasn't the same thing, And then I started doing the YouTube live eventually, and then I saw like StreamYards became a big thing. I started doing that. Oh, and to answer your question, Black Eagle, Restreams is like an alternative streaming platform. I guess there's a few.
Okay.
Because I know Scott. I'm not saying anything bad about the guy this time. No drama, but
It's okay,
I,
Jason. It's
yeah.
relax. It's relax.
But he was looking for
Say
like
what you want, Jason. Just go ahead.
he was looking for like different. He said they raised the price of StreamYard, so he's looking for alternative things. He got something called Umv or something like that, where you can stream, but you can only stream for like
EV Mux is the name of
80
it.
bucks. Okay, I think you can only stream for like 2 hours on that stream. I never
Jason,
tried
I
that.
actually talked with Jeff and Phil
Yeah,
about doing like an art night or art
yeah,
inspiration
yeah,
night, which is something that I thought if I do
yeah,
uh do any kind of like a live, so to speak, it would be sort of like inspiring people to either get in touch with their creativity, helping people sort of figure out, how to get in touch with their creativity and then how to sort of pursue it.
Oh, well,
So,
that's cool.
like people that say, "Oh, I've always wanted to paint," or "I've always wanted to, do photography or learn how to make
Yeah,
my own clothes or whatever."
that's
It's
cool.
really, the biggest thing is that people don't do that because they think, "Oh, well, I could never do that," or "I can't
Yeah,
paint." But it's not about like becoming Picasso immediately or Georgia O'Keeffe. It's about just finding something that you enjoy doing.
yeah, that's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think they've done because Asbury does artwork and stuff. I think there was
Yeah,
a couple with
yeah,
Finland doing some stuff, and
yeah. I guess he's really into writing, which is
yeah,
great. I mean, for me, I'd much, fuck this side or that side,
yeah,
whoever. I mean, it wouldn't be about, it wouldn't be about any kind of drama. It would be about
yeah,
just art.
yeah. Well,
Be like the
I know he
nature.
really does he's really into like the aquarium stuff too. Because that was the first time I met him was he did a thing called soapbox debris, and then he put like his real. I just say soapbox debris, and said, well, his full name,
Yeah. What? Yeah.
soapbox debris.
Yeah.
I do like fish
It'd be
aquarium
like
stuff.
on a
So
night where, like, say somebody wants to bounce
yeah,
off, say they're writing poetry or,
yeah,
they've written a short story or they want some feedback on an idea of whatever, you know, or someone, whatever, you know, whatever. So, but,
yeah. Well, he knows the stuff about the fish stuff, though. I mean, I wonder. I don't know. I saw that some video. He had like this giant fish. I wonder how expensive that was. Yeah, I mean, he did.
He got that from his dad's house because the bottom was cracked. So
Oh wow.
he has to replace the bottom, which I think he
Oh,
already
okay.
did that. But he had to
Yeah.
get
is it an
glass cut.
aquarium? An
Yeah,
aquarium?
Okay. I
Okay.
saw the video. Yeah. Well, I
That's
saw
a
the
lot of
video for
work,
that. So
huh?
I mean, he knows the stuff. He knows if
That's a lot
someone
of
comes.
work.
I don't know how you break the bottom of a glass tank though,
Yeah.
because they're really thick. Those aquariums are the glass is really thick, so I don't know how it could have gotten cracked unless somebody dropped a rock in there when they were trying to decorate it, you know.
One of my father-in-laws, he used to, he had this Japanese designer that made him an outside Japanese garden with like this pool for certain type of fish and
Oh, a Zen garden?
yeah, but it was like on a big scale. It was
Yeah,
really
with
cool.
a koi pond.
Yes, 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 yes. Yep.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it
I'm
was
only
just,
here to help. Sorry. Just kidding.
No, it's okay.
yeah.
You're fine.
No, I think that, I love that shit.
Aquarium stuff, But I don't know what that hobby would be called, though. I mean, just like, I think collecting coins is what, numerology or something like that? I can't remember.
Okay, I remember somebody got sent an ant farm by somebody,
Oh
Oh,
my
really?
God.
and then I didn't see anything more about it.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I wonder if they killed all their ants or something.
Well, I make fairy houses for my grandkids. I'll sneak over different times of the year. I'll even go in the winter
Yeah,
and make little fairy houses and put little treasures in them. And
that's cool.
yeah,
Nice.
I do it for my girlfriends too every once in a while. They'll come out of their house and there'll be a fairy house on their porch or whatever.
You know those things that they call hair ties?
Mm-hmm.
They're made of elastic, but they're covered with cloth.
Mm-hmm. A
I,
scrunchie.
I no, not scrunchies, just the plain thin ones.
Okay.
I use them for bracelets.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
Just kidding. I'm awful. I'm not a very crafty person. I'm just like, I can put one of those on my arm for a bracelet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I love hearing that. That's why people say, "Oh, I'm not crafty, or I'm not this, or I'm not that." The first thing is whether you want to be. I mean,
Well, I used to be when I was younger, but now it's not that I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the same eye anymore that I used to.
well, pish posh. You probably do.
Pish posh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Pish
can
posh.
imagine Jason like making himself a nice man skirt. He'd look cool in a
Man.
skirt.
Yeah,
You could
Hula
sew
skirt.
yourself a nice man skirt. It wouldn't be difficult.
that'd be different.
Yeah,
Jesus.
like a kilt or something,
Kimono.
or
A
kimono.
kimono.
Sure,
Oh, there was a story
kimono is a
about
little more complicated though than just the skirt.
that.
If he wore the skirt, he could put a heavy metal T-shirt over it. You know.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
There was a thing about a kimono a long time ago. I knew we used to have something called Old Fashioned Days, and there was this anime group there, and this one guy called them the Kung Fu Kids because he didn't know anything about anime. And I know I take my niece there. She liked the anime stuff. I borrowed like a couple keychains and a couple things of manga and stuff. And the next year they had like this auction they did. Well, were there for another year. They had an auction. They did what was it? They had a kimono that she made herself, right? And it was like $1 for a donation. So I think I was the one to put a donation in there. And she said, "Well, I'll just give you your $1 back because I only made $1 on that. I don't want to. I don't think it's fair for me to just give it to you because I only made $1 on that. So
Mm.
I'll just give you $1 back."
That's one genre that I don't care for is anime.
Anime, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
my
mean,
my
yeah. I'll
my
keep going.
husband was into all that like
Yeah,
Japanese art, like
yeah.
like Asuka
Yeah.
type stuff, or I forget the real popular ones. What's that big popular one?
Oh, Death
Pokemon.
Note.
I'm
I
sorry, what
remember.
was that?
I remember Death Note. That was
Oh,
a Japanese
yeah. That's
anime.
like big.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
it's a whole, yeah, well, yeah, but it's a whole thing that
Yeah.
I don't get
Yu-Gi-Oh.
it.
Yeah.
I
Well, I mean, I
I
watch some stuff. I watch like Akira. Akira is like a really popular one, and stuff like Angel Cop and
Yeah.
Wicked City,
I mean, I
stuff
can
like that.
appreciate other people. Yeah, no, I appreciate other people's, that other people are into it. For me, it's
Yeah.
just, I just don't get it. And I have no interest
No.
in getting it.
Yeah.
But my husband is big into that.
I
well,
like
I
that
think
stuff. I
for a
mean,
Because,
lot of people, it is the
yeah.
artwork. It's very
Yeah.
specific, the
yeah.
way they draw their characters.
Mm,
Well, they had Studio Ghibli, which did like stuff for one of the movie Spirited Away, won the Academy Award for Best Animated Movie. It's really good.
yeah.
I remember buying my niece like My Neighbor Totoro, which Troma actually released that movie originally. Then 20th Century Fox bought it. I mean, these were like critically acclaimed, like either PG or PG rated, G or PG rated movies that I think Disney was started distributing that too.
I love, j- I don't even want to say Japanese art. I like reading
Yeah.
about Japanese culture. I love studying, uh, you know, one of my favorite places to study is Laos, Cambodia. You know, I love that type of stuff. But
Oh, that's cool.
although I'd never thought I'd really want to go to Japan, but
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm sure it's beautiful in
I
a
went to
beautiful.
Japan.
Was it beautiful?
I went there in, ah, I went twice. I went once in 1967 and once in 1970.
Hmm.
I mean, when we went in 1970, I was 14, and we took a boat. No, we flew that time. We went to Yokohama, and we took the bullet train to Tokyo,
Hmm.
and then we got into Tokyo. We stayed with some embassy people there in their apartment, in their Japanese apartment,
Wow.
and
I bet
when we
that was
walked around
something.
Tokyo, everyone was wearing masks
Yeah. That
back
was
then.
before COVID. Well, obviously before COVID
Well, yeah,
because of the
1970,
pollution. Yeah, right. Right.
before most of these
But was
people were
it because of
born.
the pollution, or was it pollution, or just
You
people
know,
were just
I asked
germaphobe?
my mother, I said, because my mother's a nurse, and I said,
Yeah.
but why are these people wearing masks? And she said, well, really, it's for their own protection. They think everyone's going to give them germs.
Yeah, yeah, germaphobe.
It's not because,
Well,
but she said also, if they're sick, if they get a cold, they'll wear a mask. But
right,
mostly they do it because they don't want to get somebody else's cold. They have a
right.
paranoia of
Wow,
germs.
way back then, huh?
Yeah, but she said it is kind of like my mother was a big believer in building an immune system.
Yeah.
Or
So she thought it could weaken the race if they all did this all the time. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they would lose their resistance to the common cold, which there was no cure for, obviously.
yeah.
So I
Well,
never get
I have a
sick
friend of
because of
mine.
my mother. She said I had to eat dirt every day,
Right,
all those things to build my immune system. So
right.
I'm staying with my friend here this week. She's from China, and I was cooking in the pressure cooker some broth, and she had a cauliflower. So I said, let me put the pieces of that you might throw away on a cauliflower, like the core and the
Yeah,
the leaves. Let me put them in my broth when I'm cooking it. And she's like, she found me very confusing because I'm half Russian, and Russian people will cook anything that's a vegetable and call it dinner.
right. Is she cooking for you? Is she cooking Chinese?
No, she doesn't cook.
Oh,
We're both elderly, so we don't cook anymore. It's too hard.
oh,
Too hard
oh,
for us
okay.
old people to be
Yeah.
cooking food and everything and cleaning up the mess. We don't like all of that. But I had to cook some meat so that we'd have something for the week. and then we can just add it to whatever we want. And I
Yeah.
was using the pressure cooker, and then I want to show her how to use her air fryer. So I got some turkey wings that she can air fry tomorrow. But she found it. She's like, "Oh no, you have to cut that piece off. It's dirt." I said, "No, that's not dirt. Just put it in. Put it right in the pot."
Mm.
She's like, "Oh, that's so strange to me."
You know what I found interesting about Asian culture is that, well, there's one family, Chinese family, that I knew when I had one of my daughters, and she had her daughter. Her parents came over from China. I mean, and granted, this woman was like this big CEO of a company, but anyway, her parents came over, and they were, I mean, they probably were a lot older than they looked, but anyway, but basically her mom raised her daughter while she worked. She traveled for work,
Yeah,
um, and that's just the way it was. And like when we would have gatherings and they'd come, she'd bring, you know, my friend would bring her parents, and everywhere she went, everywhere, you know, if any type of socializing she did, the parents went with her. But more than anything, uh, you know, the parents raised her daughter.
yeah. I mean, culturally, who else? I'm trying to think what other types of families from what other countries
Yeah.
typically keep all of the family together. Like in Italy,
All
all
other
the
country,
Italian
right?
families do.
All other countries other than American.
Right, exactly. They send them over here, and then we kick our kids out at 18. That's it. You're out of here. To the moon, kiddo.
Well, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I think it's not. There's just not a question. Uh, if
It's
when your parents are
automatic. Oh
elderly,
yeah, in India, if
yeah,
you
you
get
take care.
married, you marry
Right,
into your husband's family.
sure. Right. They don't have nursing homes in places like India, Pakistan,
Right.
uh, you know, China. They don't have.
My
They don't
my
have.
mother my mother did a
nursing-
tour when they lived in Delhi for a couple of years. And my mother, being that she's a nurse, and she was um, invited by the Indian government to do a what do you call it? A
Residency.
tour of all the hospitals in India. And she said it was really fascinating. For instance, if you're in India and you have to go to the hospital, they don't have extras. Like if you break both your legs and you don't have a friend to bring you a meal, you don't get fed.
Huh.
You have to have someone
Interesting.
feed you. You can't,
Yeah.
they don't have extra nurses for that sort of
Right.
thing.
Right. Hmm.
So
But
she
it's
said, yeah,
probably
you're going to get
automatic. It's
sick in
not like a.
India.
Well, I mean, for the family, it's probably just automatic.
Sure, but if you don't have that, if you're and
Right.
they have also a caste system. So they have a caste called the Untouchables, and
Yeah.
you were required to hire them to clean your driveway, clean the
Yeah.
leaves off your sidewalk,
Yeah.
and you can't pay them money. You have to give them food. That's
Yeah.
how it works. I mean, they have rules
Yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are quite a few. If you're divorced, you're cast out. You have to go into a community of where uh, divorced women live. That they're, I think it all depends on particular areas, but
Right,
it's not
and
uncommon.
often if divorced women don't get their children,
Yeah. Yeah.
they
No,
don't get
it's
to keep their children. You have to
I'm
stay
quite
married.
sure, and quite often in-laws will decide if you're not parenting the way that they see fit, they will literally kick you out and take over raising your children for you. And
Okay.
the husbands don't say anything because it's against their moral code to talk against their parents. It's very different. My husband's Pakistani,
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So I learned a lot.
So did
And
he was here though, right? In
yeah, he was
the United
here,
States?
and
Yeah.
he's actually back there. But just learning about the different cultures blew my mind. You do not speak poorly to your parents at all, and if you do, you're going to get the wrath from every other person. If you mouth off to your mother, if your uncles are around, they're going to beat your ass. If
Hmm.
anybody that's of authority in that vicinity is going to kick your ass. They just don't do it. They don't mouth off to their parents.
Well, I know that the Indian women I know here love living in America.
Sure.
They have a better life here.
Well, I mean, it's all relative, really.
Oh, they know they do. It's not that they change the rules, but they have a different type of freedom that they wouldn't have if they were still in India.
Yeah. Well, and I'm sure it's different in different sections and different classes and different socio and economic.
Sure. Like I met quite when I was in Canada, I met quite a few people from India, men that were from a lower caste, like
Yeah.
say the fifth class. And if they can get out, they do because they can't.
Right.
What is it? They can't be promoted to a better class. Once you're in
Well,
that
here's
class,
the
that's
other
it.
thing. Right. I don't know so much in India, but I know in Pakistan that the competition is so fierce, and that's because education wise, it's not if you're it's not you have a choice. You're either going to be an engineer, you're going to be a doctor, or you're going to be something of that type of. But here's the thing: everybody's a doctor over there.
All
Everybody's an
right.
engineer
Yeah.
over there. And you think, okay, my husband was like, well, my sister's a doctor, but she didn't live any better than anybody that lived. It didn't
Right.
really mean it. It didn't mean that they
It's kind
were
of like up here, like if you're so many people became lawyers at a certain time of life. I think it was probably in the 80s. A lot of people became lawyers.
yeah,
So the income for lawyers came way down for a
yeah,
while because
yeah.
there were so many of them.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it just blew my mind, and my husband's just so matter of fact about it because he's got I don't know how many degrees he has from Pakistan. He's got 2 master's degrees from the U.S. and it's just no big deal. He's like,
Yeah.
well, one sister's got she's a OBG, my other sister's a optometrist, and it's just. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And he's like, yeah, it's not really that big a deal.
Yeah,
It's an,
and I know it is a big deal though if you're from India and you want to be a chef. They don't approve of that. Even if you're a woman, they're like, no.
right,
And even if that's your heart's
absolutely.
desire, you have to fight for
Sure.
your right,
Yep.
to be
But
able to do
here's the
something
other
that
thing is the chef makes just as much as a doctor over there.
exactly, but it doesn't have the status. They look for status in India. It's very important to them.
Right. Well, and not only that the ultimate goal is to leave that country
Sure.
and to
So
go some so
if you can get a student visa, you're gonna go.
right, or even, to be able to leave completely. Canada has a lot of people, is an easy place for people from that part of the world to get into.
Yes.
It's easier to get into Canada than it is the US on a
Yes,
visa.
that's true. My father worked for Canadian immigration for 35 years, so I
No
know a little
kidding.
bit about it.
Oh wow.
Wow. I bet he's fascinating to talk to.
Huh?
I bet he would be fascinating to talk to.
Yeah, but he's a bit
Oh
of an
yeah.
asshole like you. Just
Thank you.
the same.
Did
Uh,
you say like me?
Yeah, like you, like your name says.
oh,
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 funny.
You wrote it right in your name. I couldn't
very uppity.
resist.
I'm
Yeah,
just uppity. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
that's funny.
But
I'm like, what? What'd you say?
Like, what'd you
yeah,
say?
that was me. I said it. I'm the
Did
one
Talking.
who
you?
says things that people are thinking. Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I just did that went right over my head. But
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
my dad probably did a little Canadian espionage for the Americans,
Oh wow.
mm,
Yeah. I know some stories, but I'm not supposed to know them. He'd be talking at the dinner table and he'd go, "Oh, don't tell any of your friends this," right?
yeah.
We're like, "Dad, stop that. Stop telling us
I
things we're not
actually,
allowed to tell
yeah.
anyone."
So did he live in Canada?
My dad, he
Yeah.
lived all over the world. He was a foreign diplomat.
No kidding.
So, yeah, we traveled with him.
Oh my God, that is so cool. Did you appreciate doing that?
Oh, yeah, I had a great
Doing
life.
that? Oh,
And I was happy that I saw all the countries before they got ruined by Walmart and Target
yeah. What was
and
your favorite
McDonald's.
country?
And I didn't have a lot of the American things growing up because
What was
I
your
lived in
favorite?
Europe and Asia. So
Yeah. Where was your favorite place? If you had to pick one.
if I was going to move somewhere, I really
Yeah.
liked I really liked Italy and I really liked Barcelona, Spain.
Mm. My son is in Barcelona right now.
Oh, it's great there. It's probably not great like it was when I went there, but it was
Mm.
really nice.
Yeah.
I liked it.
He fell in love with Barcelona about, I don't know how many years ago now, maybe 10 years or so.
Yeah.
And he's become quite he's gotten to know. I always taught my kids when they travel to get to know a grandmother or get to know somebody that's going to take you at home for a home cooked meal or
Oh, yeah.
uh,
See, my dad was like notorious. We'd be traveling through Europe. And oh, by the way, the reason why I said Italy also is because I actually prefer Italy because in the winter you can go skiing because they have
mm,
Well, that
part of the
sounds cool.
mm,
Italian Alps. It's really nice. But okay, so we'd be traveling, we'd like be driving around Europe during the summer vacation, and we'd be out in the country and he'd say, "Well, we need to eat something," and he'd look around and he'd see somebody that had like a patio
mhm,
furniture in their backyard, and he'd like pull up to the driveway and go to the back. He'd make us all walk to the back, and he'd knock on their back door. And he asked them to feed us. And he'd say,
yeah,
"I'll pay you." And they would feed us like noodles and
yeah,
stuff, and they wouldn't
yeah,
take the money. My dad'd be like insisting on paying. It was
yeah,
terrible. He was like the worst person.
Oh wow.
Let me
yeah,
just come here and intrude upon your family and ask for food.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because there's like no restaurants when you're way out in the country, so they'd be
yeah,
like, "Oh," and they'd look at our license plates and see, where we were from, and
yeah.
the fact that he spoke English really is any language that he spoke was very broken sounding. He
Right.
did was
But
never
still,
very fluent at
right,
any of the languages, but he would go
yeah.
ahead and talk anyway.
Yeah, my father-in-law traveled quite a bit, and he was a phenomenal photographer. And anyway, he was trekking in Afghanistan, and his sister went over the side of a cliff on a yak.
What did you survive?
No,
Oh my God.
I know.
How horrible is that?
It was really horrible. But I guess the risk factor, I guess it, you know,
Like, I mean, if you're in Mexico and you're going to climb a mountain, you're going to have like a little, what do you call those? A burro. And they look like a
right,
little tiny donkey. You can ride those because they're sure-footed.
right.
So
And it
you're
wasn't like
safer. You're safer
they were
on the burro than you are
right,
on like a horse, for
right,
instance.
right. Well, they hired a private, they weren't with like not that accidents can't happen with a touring guide type thing, but they had they had been there prior, so that was somebody that, it was just a freak accident. Um, but can you? But it's that type of situation where, I mean, obviously he felt horrible about losing his sister, but having said that, he said there's no other way she would want to go. She had traveled, but
Well,
she was
she was enjoying herself at the time, I guess. What is what he's
right.
saying? But
If you were to add,
okay, I had a friend in Canada. He was
Yeah.
an engineer, and he loved mountain climbing. He went and he climbed Everest. He did all of the things. He was really into it, right? Mountain climbing.
yeah,
So he had a girlfriend. He was like really in love with this girl, and he taught her to climb. And one day they were climbing, and she fell and died. It was like it broke him. He like couldn't look at another woman after that. It was so weird. Because I would have dated him. He was a cool guy, but he like wouldn't date people. He just wouldn't. He'd
mm,
tell you this really terrible story about his girlfriend. It's like, you're not gonna kill me, I promise. It
right.
was awful.
Well, people that trek, K2, they have a very deep connection to the possibility that they very well might die, that the probability is higher than the
Yeah, I think
probability.
it was just that he insisted she learn how because that was
Right,
his life. He loved climbing. And
right,
so he felt responsible because,
sure. Well, that's like John Kennedy Jr. His Carolyn Bissett, his wife hated flying, and
yeah.
can you imagine what she was? She was probably bitching his ass out for the
Oh
2 seconds he had before they crashed. I was on the ocean that day and sailing, and we got word that their plane had crashed, and I've never looked at the ocean differently than I did that day.
Was that in the 90s, like late 90s?
It was in the early 2000s, I believe.
Okay, because I thought I was still in Canada when that
Well,
happened.
it very well might be. It might have been prior to my twins being born, in between my daughter Aubrey. So I don't know exactly, but it was right around there. But I
Yeah.
just remember,
Yeah.
looking at the water, going, I can't imagine. I mean, obviously they have equipment, and whatnot, but just how, like, when you think about where were you on the day of,
Yeah.
I'll
We
never
need to
forget.
check Jason's pulse. Super
Yeah,
Serial said we have to
I'm
check
just
check
letting him
your
talk.
pulse.
I'm still
I
here
don't
too,
know how
bro.
to do that through
Yeah.
the internet.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
go
okay.
on right along, Jason Drangus.
Well, it's okay. I don't know when you guys talk. It's,
Oh
Yeah,
no.
overtake your
not,
panel.
Jason and I have talked at 4 o'clock in the morning before.
yeah.
He doesn't talk to me anymore. When he comes on my panel, he falls asleep immediately.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, I
oh,
was
here.
tired. I was talking. I started getting sleepy because I had a little something to eat.
I've got to sub you. Maybe I am. I'm not sure if I am or not.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Jason, and then he started
Yeah.
talking back, and I couldn't understand a word. He was like talking complete gibberish because he was asleep. Talking in
We've
his
Yeah.
all
Like
sleep.
been
when I was something
there.
else, it was like part of a dream or something like that.
He's cute
Sounds
as a
like
puppy
comment
when he's snoring and talking in his sleep.
Yeah.
He was totally talking in his sleep.
Yeah.
Oh my God. One night, Turtle and I were pissing ourselves laughing, Jason. Oh my God. I mean, we were literally, and I'll tell you what, I haven't had a laugh like that since. And it had been a really long time before that. When you're just laughing so hard that you just can't stop. And it felt so good.
I was just going to tell Super Serial
I mean,
that
it's
he
so.
better enjoy me at night while he can because going to come to an end at the end of the week. That'll be the last you'll see me at night again
Well,
for a long time.
but I just want to make sure you know that it was, I mean, I guess we were kind of laughing at you, but it was just so cute and so funny. Um,
Yeah.
You're welcome, Jason.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like it when you're like, thank you.
The comment.
It's good to have good memories like that, especially around Turtle, because there were some good times.
Yeah, I mean, when I first met her, she was really cool, and then we used to just be silly on pails and stuff, and then I don't know what happened.
Hey, whatever. Things have a cycle. Things, it's not that deep. That's just it. I mean, it got dark for sure.
Yeah.
But Jason, I've been trying to tell you
Yeah.
or everybody or not everybody.
Yeah.
But people show you who they are.
Yeah.
And for people to be shocked at the way that she behaved, I wasn't shocked at all.
I had a feeling it was going to go bad the way she was at 4. Well, she
Well,
was
it was,
since,
yeah, but it's like I was telling Richard, it's not like we haven't all misbehaved at times and gotten really crazy and wacky. This just went that one step past, and then it was done. That was it.
Yeah, it was bad.
And not only that, I mean, you don't go
You're
after.
talking about the last
Richard.
time she was on Jason's panel?
Right, he adores Gwen. And
on Richard's last one.
They were fighting on panel, right?
Yeah,
and Gwen was not really fighting, she was just responding, really.
Yeah.
I was
I saw
impressed.
that. Yeah, I did see that.
No. Yeah. And
but how did she know Gwen? Did Gwen go to her channel? Or did she just know her from over here?
Richard, I'm pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, from Richard? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go over to Richard's after he said something racist on my panel. I was like, nah, I'm not going over there.
He says racist things all the time.
No, I know he does, but I specifically, because he was saying something racist in the backstage, and I said, I'll let you on panel as long as you promise not to say that on my panel. And as soon as he got on the panel, and he had been on there for like 3 hours before this, he just went ahead and said it, and I was like, okay,
Right. Well, that's
I asked you nicely, and he did it anyway, so I was like, whatever.
Just because
you don't get to come back here.
Right. Yeah. Well.
No, he can come to the chat. I don't care. Like, I don't block people, but he's not coming back on panel again. That's all. Because I asked him nicely, and he did it anyway. Like, fine. But I'm not ever going to be monetized or anything. I'm not planning to do that. I just don't want people to say racist things on my panel. That's all. I mean, it's America. You're allowed to be racist here. It's perfectly acceptable here.
Right. I work with racist rednecks, roughnecks. They don't discriminate. They hate everybody.
Right. I'm not saying that they're not allowed to do that. They just don't want them on my panel. They can say it in the side chat if they want to be racist. Go ahead. I just don't like to hear the words,
Mm-hmm. Race, religion, there's no holes barred.
Well, I make fun of Christians all the time, so there's that. But, that's why, like, white supremacists are Christians. That's why I make fun of Christians.
Well, they're not all Christians, but.
White supremacists generally in America are. That's their whole basis of, and I don't know why they think that Christ is white. They have this idea, right? Where, whoever he may be.
Right. But they're they're not very religious as a whole as far as how they live their life. It's not like they go to church every week.
I don't know about that. I was not raised a Christian. That's why I make fun of Christians.
Oh.
You didn't know that, Jason?
I can't remember. I think you mentioned that before.
Yeah,
remember?
My mother was raised in a cult, and I think they were Jewish. Their heritage is Jewish. They are. They're Russian Jews. they they escaped religious persecution and moved to Canada, and they made up their own religion, which was based totally on the Old Testament, and they don't believe in Christ at all.
I
So
think
I
that's
always said that my mother was raised in a cult that my grandfather
why.
invented.
Yeah, I think that's why Gordon said he wouldn't be anymore because you
I
said
know
such
he
much.
doesn't like that I'm like that, but you
Yeah.
can't help the way you were born. Like if
Yeah,
someone was
well,
born a Muslim, I'm not going to say they're wrong. Why should I?
yeah.
I hate Muslims.
Shut up. Such a liar.
I
How dare
hate
you
Muslims. I hate kids.
come on the internet and lie? What a concept is that?
Fuck them Muslims.
Yeah, right.
It's,
M-
oh,
I
believe
think
me.
people from Pakistan are Muslim, aren't they?
Pardon?
Pakistani are Muslim, aren't they?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
98%, or they're Sikh or whatever. But and being, I live in southern Maine. Believe me, the prejudice was deep. But and I tried to, I mean, I've seen prejudice in all different ways, shapes, and form. And I remember a woman that I had grown up with was extremely racist, very anti-Muslim, right-wing, staunch, the whole 9 yards. Anyway, um, so we had moved back to the town that I grew up in, and I guess somehow we were friends on social media. Anyway, I realized very quickly that she was anti-Muslim, and I said, "Hey, I'm going to be back in the area for a while. My husband is Muslim. How'd you like to just come on over for dinner or coffee, whatever, you know?" And yeah, that was a big fat go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Well, the way that I really figured out when I was a kid that we were Jewish is that we'd be eating bacon for breakfast before going to grandma's house. And my mother would say, "Don't tell grandma what you ate for breakfast." And then I'd immediately tell grandma when we got there. We had bacon for breakfast.
Yeah, I'll tell you, one of the most beautiful meals I had was in New York City, and a Jewish friend of my grandfather's invited us over for whatever they do on Sundays or Fridays or
It was
whatever it was.
Saturday. It's the Sabbath.
Yeah. And it was beautiful. It was absolutely, I mean, it was just
Yeah,
beautiful.
we didn't eat Jewish food. We just weren't allowed to eat pork
Mm,
because we ate food from Russia like pierogies and
yeah.
sauerkraut.
Yeah, pork gets a bad rap in many different
Yeah,
religions. I love
not
it.
just Jews. I know Muslims don't eat pork either.
No, 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 no. But you know what? My husband, well, let's just say if it was served, or he would occasionally eat it.
Yeah,
Um,
like I had a friend from Bangladesh, and her kid used to come over to my house all the time, and she said um, he asked if is allowed to eat pork because I would make these giant pizzas with
mm,
different kinds of sausage that I would slice. I had a meat slicer, and I slice up different kinds of meat on the pizza, and he would ask me, "Is there pork in there?" I'm like, "I don't know, maybe." So he
well,
would eat it anyway, right? And then he asked his mother if it was okay, and she said, "We're in Canada. Do what you want.
yeah.
You're allowed to."
To cook, I learned to cook. We called it Indian food, but my husband's Pakistani. Whatever. I went to an Indian grocery store because they didn't have Pakistani grocery stores, and he loved my cooking. But I said, would your family, like if we were over in Pakistan and I said, "Hey, let me cook for the night." He's like, "Yeah, no, they would absolutely hate it." I was like, "Okay." He said, "Because it's it's like Italians. They're raised watching the grandmothers, and you can take as many Italian cooking classes as you want. It's just never going to taste the same as somebody from that country.
Right.
I-
Like I actually the first food that I learned how to cook was from my dad's. When we lived in Austria, he invited his secretary over, who she was straight from Italy, to
Mm,
teach me how to cook. So
mm,
she taught me how to make like zucchini casserole and like Italian comfort
mm,
food, basically, like the way they cook at home. I learned some of those dishes. And then my first job when I was 17, I got a job looking after a family when they were at their cottage in Ontario. They had like a river cottage, and they were an Italian family, and they had 5 kids. They had 2 boys and triplet girls that were 5 years old. So that was my job. I was like the nanny, and he taught me how to cook spaghetti. The
mm.
dad did. He was Italian, straight Sicilian, right? So that's where I got my recipes, just from different ethnic people that I came across. They would always
You know what the
try
thing
to
is?
teach me stuff.
It's so messy.
Yeah, there was a lot involved in the spaghetti, let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, the whole pasta. I mean, like I'll make a pie crust once in a while, but I don't do it very often just because it's so messy.
Right, and I don't eat lasagna unless I make homemade noodles and homemade everything in the lasagna, right? I don't like that stuff that you buy frozen in the store. It's
Right.
horrible. Like, that's not lasagna. Ugh, what is that?
Well, I mean, I like to cook like I'll. I mean, I don't brag about much, but I brag about the fact that I'm a really good cook.
Good.
Um,
Well, that's good. That's a good thing to be good at, you know?
yeah, I love to cook Thai food. I love to cook. Uh, you know, like I said, for me, if I can get hold of a grandmother's recipes, I am all about it. And I'm
Yeah.
not.
Well, when I was in Canada, I dated a guy from Texas, a black guy from Texas for 10 years.
It
And
might have
well,
been.
he lived at my house, so we were dating, but we were like cohabiting also. So we used to call his mother. So every time we wanted to cook something, because he wanted like authentic soul food, it had to be real. It was like, he'd say, why aren't your cookies tasting right? I was like, I don't know. Let's call your mother. And we'd call her, and I go, oh, wait a minute. I forgot to put bacon fat in the cookies. Like, of course, that's what they do, right?
I
Because
used to model in
black people in the South didn't
you kept
have
things fat.
shortening, they had bacon fat.
Well, and they kept it like in a tin can on the shelf.
Right,
They call that dripping.
right. And so that's what you make your cookies with. You add sugar and flour.
Seriously, that wasn't a joke.
No, not a joke. Totally. They're slave cookies.
Well, up in Montreal, there's a big Lebanese community. Have you ever had Lebanese food?
Yeah,
Kibi,
there,
tabbouleh.
there's a lot of Lebanese people in Ottawa. I lived in Ottawa for 4 years
Oh,
before I went back home to Vancouver.
Yeah, I've been to Canada twice just for the
oh.
food.
I had
Yeah,
Lebanese bologna before.
it's true. Canada has the best food. They have all kinds of ethnic food.
Yes, they
Oh
do.
wow! I had
Well,
Lebanese
Because
bologna before.
Well,
Yeah.
because when ethnic people go to Canada and they open restaurants, they don't Americanize it like they
right,
do in America. They
right.
just do their
Well, I
real.
mean, you can, you got to find it. You got to seek it out, but you can find authentic places.
Well,
But
I remember the first um, Mexican restaurant that we had in Canada on the West Coast. They Americanized it. I went with my friend. We went and we ate there, and I said, why are you putting green peas in the burritos? And they put gravy, and I was like, you- they don't want that. They don't want you to just take American food and put
yeah,
a tortilla around it. They want the real Mexican food. You should try cooking it like that. because they really thought they had to make it American style. Like a burrito with green peas and gravy and roast
Well,
beef.
that's good.
It's the weirdest thing ever. It's just,
Well, the problem is when you travel to Mexico, I've never gotten sick there, but I know a lot of people that have. But again, I look for, I don't want to say the holes in the wall, but I look. I mean, I haven't traveled in so long, but when I did travel quite a bit, I would seek out kind of like the mom and pop places, or you know, get the I'd steer as far away from.
yeah,
Uh,
you didn't do what my dad does. You just go to a private home and knock on their door and tell them to feed them, right?
well, I mean, I never went that far, but I tell my kids, my son Hans, he does that in bar. Well, he
Yeah,
just
some people just have that bold personality. You just go ahead and like, I don't care. I'm gonna just
yeah,
see if they have food in this house.
yeah, no, he has that. No, even here in the States, people love to feed him because he knows how to kiss up to to the mothers and the
Oh,
grand.
right. Perfect, right? I'm trying to figure out what Dana's saying when she says, I love that, Dory. That's like a dream. I don't know what she's talking about
Oh,
because
Dawn,
I have been watching the chat.
for Dawn right here. Dawn said like they make you grow their own stuff right on her farm. That's what Dan's
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
that'd
right
be
there. What
awesome. Like
Dawn
my oldest son, he's a chef, and he.
for Dawn.
One of the things that my daughter and I talk about is if we could get the whole family together over here. She would buy like a little farm here. I could live in the farmhouse and run the show over there and have my son open a restaurant in the barn or something. Like do whatever you call it, farm to table
Sure,
restaurants restaurant right out of the farm.
I would
That's kind
kind
of
of.
like her little dream of having the family all together. That's the way she pictures us.
Yeah. How old
But
is she?
she just turned 40 today. It was her birthday.
Yeah. I wish I had known that I love to cook when I was younger. I would have gone to culinary art school because delivering lobster, I've gotten to know, you spend a lot of time in the kitchens of restaurants, and I love it there. I mean, I love hanging in any kitchen of any restaurant that I can get into.
Hmm.
They have to they don't have to kick me out, but you can sometimes you get the vibe like they don't want you hanging around. They're kind of busy.
Yeah, like my son owned his own restaurants in Vancouver.
Oh, cool. What kind of food?
Well, he did like he started out. Look, this is the history of my son. When he was 14, he had a football accident that affected a surgery that he had as a child, as a baby, and he got a bone marrow infection, and he was in the hospital. And I had to go through this thing of explaining to him that he might not like make it, like it's deadly what he had, right? And he was
Stick
on
it.
he was on antibiotics for
What? I hate to drink. What was it called? What kind? What was it?
what type of what?
Antibiotics.
Was
I
it
don't
no,
know.
no?
He had an IV. They actually had him at home with an IV and the little thing
Yeah.
that you push around. Anyway, so he's working he's working at Dairy Queen. He's 14.
Yeah.
I had him get a job at Dairy Queen, and they had him working full time, and he was going to school, and he was running around with this little bag on him, but he had you know a paycheck every 2 weeks at 14. And so then he went to Red Robins from there, and then he got a job at the university
Mm.
at, at a seafood restaurant. So he learned seafood over there. They taught him everything. Everybody loved this guy, kind of probably like your son. Like, they would just, so he learned how to cook through working in all these different restaurants from a very young age. And then eventually, when he opened his own restaurant, what he did was he apprenticed himself to his own job so he could get his chef license.
Okay.
So he like produced himself basically. And
Oh, really? Cool.
yeah, so then he had a restaurant in downtown Vancouver that was really just open for lunch, breakfast and lunch. And he had one of his friends was a graffiti artist, so he did the whole front of the restaurant in graffiti. Pretty cool.
Those hours, I thought if I would have a crepe breakfast place for
Yeah.
just crepes, and it would be early morning till 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
be-
I think the restaurants around here that do breakfast and lunch, they close at 3
Okay.
generally. Yeah, 3 o'clock seems to be the time because that gives people a chance to finish their lunch if some people start late for lunch, you know.
Oh, that sounds. What kind of food did he have in the
And his
restaurant?
restaurant, I never went there because I was living in America.
Well, did he tell you? Was it American or?
I think well his girlfriend was Hindi from Trinidad, so
Okay.
they did some Hindi food, they did some Indian food, they did Italian food, they did Canadian food, they did a little bit of everything. So, but she was super cute, so he hired her for the tips.
All right.
He was dating her before he opened the restaurant.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I've been poor before, and I've literally at one point fed my kids from food from the dollar store. Not all of it, but a lot of the food that I got was from the dollar store. But having said that, I I like to go out to really nice, expensive, but not just for the fact that it's expensive, but like if I find a restaurant that's really good.
Oh yeah, he did work for one 5-star restaurant. He worked for what's it called? Morton's. It's a steakhouse, and it's like the most famous steakhouse in America. They have
The Brazilian type thing.
no, it's an American chain. I think it's called It starts with M. Morton's or something. Steakhouse. Is that
Oh,
it? Yeah, it's a big restaurant, a big 5-star restaurant that is it's a chain. They have one in each city. It's sort of like Chicago pizza. They have like one in every city. So he worked there he like as a chef, right?
well, that's one of the great things about delivering lobster is that you get to know people and you make sure that one
Sure, you're going to go to all the 5-star restaurants. They all need lobsters, pretty
right.
much.
Do as many favor. If someone asks for a favor, you definitely do it because they'll be like, oh, when you have a day off, come for dinner. All the time. It happens all the time, which is really great. I mean, I don't expect people to buy me dinner, so I get to go out as often. I don't take up on the offer as often as I would like to.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. But once you get to know the people in the kitchen, you can just go and be like, okay, just cook whatever you want for me.
Yeah, it's funny, like I think chefs think differently about food and the price of food than other people do because when he came to visit me, when he come to visit me in Las Vegas, we'd go to like some famous chef's restaurant and he'd like drop $400, no problem, no big deal. That's with not even any alcohol yet. you know,
Yeah,
they don't think of it as a bad thing
but
to spend a lot of money on a meal.
but you know what I love too is when you can. I knew a chef that when he cooked at home. he'd come over and you'd be like, oh, I don't have anything here. They could go in my cupboard when I think I have absolutely nothing to eat. Put
And make
together.
a delicious meal. Yeah, true.
And snoring.
Uh,
Yes, he is.
I'm here. I'm still here.
Oh,
I'm still here.
sorry. I put people.
That's okay. Oh well. No, I'm
No,
still
it's me.
listening,
It's
guys.
my fault. I do that when
Oh,
he's on my panel. He comes over and just for a nap.
I know.
Food,
It's
travel.
okay. I like hearing you guys talk.
Yeah.
It's like a free flowing stream. You never know which way it's gonna go. You know.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to.
You know, the top would gonna fall to Richard, and then today, like his Wednesday. You know, that's just the way
Yeah,
it goes.
that got a little weird and crazy at the end.
Yeah.
I'll have to go and watch that and see what happened.
But once you get toward the end,
Yeah.
you can watch it for about 5 minutes and then just fast forward because it's the same thing all the way till the end. For how long would you say, Jason, the looking for the earbuds lasted?
Oh, I don't know.
Like a half an hour?
I think so.
Pretty funny.
Oh,
Hey,
so I wanted to ask Jason, how did you get that backdrop? Even though
Oh, there's something in the background that you can have, like. Wait, let me look it up.
do you
Okay.
pay for your StreamYard though? Do you pay for
No.
it? Oh,
No.
you don't. So it's free.
I mean, there's some things you can have, but then you have to upgrade stuff.
Yeah,
If you want to
you
do
can
like other
only
stuff.
upgrade if you pay for it. So I'm not going to do that. So
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
do what you did without upgrading, right?
Yeah. But they got something called brand right here. You hit brand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know where that is. I know how to do that now. I'll try it
Yeah.
tomorrow.
You do like
I'll do a
websites.
StreamYard stream because I have an hour or so left on my StreamYard.
Okay. Yeah, you can do little stuff like that. It's not too bad. You know, with brand on there, it's like you can actually add videos on there too, like little videos you made. As long as they're not over 3 minutes. You know.
Yeah, but I'm on my phone, so it's hard for me to add things
Oh. Yeah, like this.
from my
I mean,
phone.
well, if I play a video, it'll mute everybody, right? It's like, and then the video, like, from my friends did for like the people that interviewed me on college radio. They were going to go to prom, and they wanted to say thank you to me, and they'll message me, and they wanted me to do like a video for their prom there after me. They paid me like $20 for both videos, which was really nice of them. And there's them talking to me right here.
What's going on, Jason? It's Andrew here. I want to thank you so much for that video. We all appreciate it so much. I have Mears and Mark with me, two of your biggest friends. We're meeting up with Derby later, and they love you, man. They appreciate you so much, and we're looking forward to Medford prom tonight.
So much, Jason. I miss having you on the radio show. Miss joining the live streams. Miller Mears, my son, is amazing. But Miller on YouTube sucks! Thank you very much, Jason. I love you.
That's the video they made. That was pretty cool.
When did they do that?
Yeah.
You're a rock star.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That's how my
I can't
buddy
get
said
anyone to do
you.
anything for me.
Yeah.
Jason comes
Oh,
over
no.
and all he does is take a nap. I can't
That's
get him
fine.
to like do. I'm just kidding, Jason.
I know, honey.
God, I'm not even tired. I'm gonna go. I know I'm gonna want to sleep in. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
walk my dog again. It's raining, actually.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
wow.
I forgot I had a cup of coffee here. See, I'm old. I forget things. Oh yeah, I had some coffee.
Yeah, it's right here for background. If you go down to background and you say you can add a background, and there's certain ones that they have, you just click on it, and you use like this one. There's like 3 ones. If you do like one of your own backgrounds, it has to be like on a paid service type thing, you know.
I'll
You're gonna
try
have
it
one of
tonight.
these things, Jason. Help me figure out how to change my well, the one that's up there now. I don't know how to get rid of that.
Yeah.
But also in chat, it's another one of another picture I had.
Yeah.
So I don't know, for whatever reason, they just sort of attach to any picture that I've had up in the past. It just sort of puts it wherever it feels like it. So, and then I just took a picture of me the other day, and I'm not changing my avatar anymore. Richard said I look like the Unabomber.
Oh, the Unabomber.
Oh, because you have the mask on?
No, I don't know where it is up here. It's not here.
Oh, you
But
have a hoodie on because that's why
yeah,
you look like. Okay.
that's my work
Oh,
look.
you wear a hoodie when you're at work?
Yeah, I wear a sweatshirt and a hat. I don't dress for fashion.
No, you dress for the weather.
Yes.
Cold out, right?
Yes. Yep. I usually wearing rubber boots and Don. I didn't know Don. A Smile for Don had a dairy farm.
Yeah. The big farm that has goats and all this animal stuff is pretty cool. Yeah, our milk has been goat milk for years. I love sheep milk. It tastes like I never tried any of that stuff.
That is, geez, Don. I want to call you like A Smile for Don is too long. I want to just call you Don. Do you have videos up of your stuff?
Yeah,
I know
it has like videos and stuff on.
now that yes, I have been there.
You probably like. I mean, go to a channel. You go because you're a mod too,
Well,
and go to the
yeah,
chat and there's like.
yeah, but I didn't know that's what. I don't know what I know. I don't know anything.
Did you see one of those guys that was saying Miller site? He's a professional wrestler. Did you know that?
Who is?
That one guy that said Miller sucks on that video. He's a professional wrestler.
No, I didn't pick up on.
His name's Manny Meats. He has that he uses in the ring and stuff.
Oh.
The only professional wrestler I can remember is The Rock.
Who's that?
Who I'm talking about.
Another genre that I missed.
You don't know who The Rock is? He's an actor also.
Oh, The Rock. Yeah. Dwayne Rock Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah, Wayne Johnson.
Yeah, I don't get the fascination.
Dwayne, sorry. Dwayne.
Yeah, I was telling you, I dated a guy that was in the Highland Games, so that whole big brawny.
I just know that Dwayne was in Walking Tall too. Walking Tall was one of my favorite movies, and Dwayne was in Walking Tall too.
Type. I'm sure he's seriously good looking in the flesh. I'm sure he's got that big.
Did you like the TV
He's
series?
Polynesian, I think. He's some kind of Polynesian.
Oh,
yeah.
Dori, did you like the TV series Walking Tall back in like the 80s?
I didn't have a TV. I've only seen movies.
Oh, okay, they did a TV show too. That it only didn't last that long, but they were entertaining.
I don't remember. Yeah, we did have a TV when we were in Canada.
Yeah.
When I moved to America, we dropped the whole TV thing because the internet was becoming a thing.
Oh, okay.
So my kids were like, "Don't waste money on TV. We're not going to watch it. We can just download stuff on the internet."
But they sent me a video of that guy wrestling. You want to see it?
Sure.
Listen, I'm
gonna go.
Yeah,
Glad to see you again, Eagle.
Yes. Yes, thank you. And I'm gonna go hike my dog so that I can sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to bed right after this clip too because it's 3:21, so I need to go to sleep.
Yeah,
but I'll watch it before I go.
Okay.
Maybe I
You'll see
should
the
drop
beach
down
there.
to chat also
this
because
out,
I can
okay.
see it better if I drop down to the chat. Okay.
All right, Jason. Jason,
right here.
I'll probably talk to you.
Okay. What's that, Black Eagle?
I said I'll. I'll talk to you soon, sweetheart.
Okay. Thank you, honey. Okay, I care about you. Okay. Love you too, honey. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'll play that video that I talked about now. in the video, the meats with the meat stick, bang meats, and I want to thank. Well, no, I'm not gonna ready to wrap it. I won't play video.
Meats.
Yeah, that's it. That was a pretty cool clip. Oh man, my feet are so swollen. Oh, I'm sorry, Sea Glass. I'm sorry, hon. Did you want to come up, talk? Yeah, I crushed it. Yeah, you can come up and talk if you want, or I wrap up. Or I'll probably wrap this up. I mean, if you want, you send me a Facebook request. That'd be kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, friend request on Facebook. Yeah. I'm sorry you feel tired, Judge. I think it's the time change and making people tired. It's just kind of like I remember having jet lag. Yeah, love you too, Keys. Love you too, Keys. I think I'll wrap things up and watch a movie or something. I wanted to thank you guys. I wanted to thank who do I thank? I want to thank everyone in the chat, of course. I want to thank Dana. And I want to thank I Found Dori. I want to thank Black Eagle for coming up and being so awesome. All right. Hope you like this live stream, everybody. Till next time, please take care, my Legion. I'll go like 20303. How about that? All right. So thank you, everybody. I had a lot of fun. Good night, everybody. Good night.